stream will be able to see it. But I know you're cropping some of the screen.
Yeah, no, it looks good. You got it just right. All right, going
Okay.
live in 3, 2, 1, boom. Hopefully it'll update on the app side. I know it tends to take it a moment sometimes. Oh, there we go. It's
Yeah,
kicking
it's
off on
on.
my side.
It's
Cool.
up.
Hello all. Welcome back to what we're going to be starting season 3 of Marble Hornets today. It's going to be incredible. Look at the cool stuff he's showing off right there, just to really make us feel like we're inferior.
It's a little title card. It's saying like it's Marble Hornets season 3. That's what we're here for.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Why is the chat box not working? It loves to just not work. I don't understand it. Let me do the refresh. Because I see people are in chat. It should be a Perigod here.
Well, I'm seeing chat on my phone anyway.
Yeah, no, I get it that way too. But it's just nice to also have it up on the screen. All right. So it looks like let's get caught up with chat first, then we'll kind of jump into a recap. So it looks like we have Ross who says, "It's me. Have returned." I think you mean I have returned, but that's okay. I'll forgive you. Owo could be Uwu. I guess it depends on how you want to pronounce it, but it is OWO. Says hello. You recently found the channel and you love it. Really hyped you're managing to at least catch a bit of a live stream. Fantastic. Oh, I see the chat box is changed its settings is why. I see what's happening here. Let me whack that back on. There we go. There we go. That should work better now. Chaos, good to see you. Welcome back. Bot Rix, of course, my little robot who doesn't really do anything, if I'm honest with you. I don't really know I forget what he was supposed to do, and I don't think he does it. I think he was meant to be like a moderation thing, and he does not do shit. So I'm probably going to get rid of that at one point. Owo says, "It's so cool that you have the DVDs." So it's a true statement.
Yeah.
It is very cool to have the cool physical products of something that you really enjoy, you know, compared to an all digital age these days where you don't really have that luxury anymore, right?
And this is a signed copy. I did just hold it in front of the camera, but I can try to get the signature to show.
It's freaking cool.
Troy signed it. He also drew a little operator symbol on there. How well it comes across, but
incredible.
Yeah,
incredible. Jordan Dooling says, "Hey all," even though he's right below me, so you know he's just being silly.
I was saying hi to the chat.
I know.
I wasn't saying hi to you.
I know.
I'm not here for you.
I'm just reading out chat, okay? Leave me alone. I'm doing my job. Mr. Redhead says, "Hey," with a cool sunglasses emoji. Hi, good to see you. And then Chaos says, "It's me, your nerd boy." Yes, you are. You are. You could be whatever you want to be, Chaos. And today, apparently, you're a nerd boy. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so Marble Hornets. We made it all the way through 2 seasons so far.
Yeah,
Jordan,
52 entries.
Do you want to kind of catch us up to speed?
Do my best.
While I drink my coffee.
So in 2006, a college student filmmaker, he began making a student film by the name of Marble Hornets. It wasn't a very good film, but he got his friends together to make it, and one thing led to another. Something went wrong on the shoot, and he began filming himself a lot more, off the set, just filming himself all the time. He grew agitated and paranoid. And meanwhile, I'll get to that. But, okay. So he was getting agitated, and he had decided to stop the project and outright burn the tapes. But his friend Jay convinced him to give him the tapes instead, because he didn't want to see his good friend's work go to waste. And then 3 years later, in 2009, Jay finally began looking at the tapes. Although Alex, by this point, had cut all contact, but Jay just assumed that he'd moved on with his life. And Jay started looking through the tapes. He started noticing the strange oddities in them. There's a faceless man in a tall man in a black suit who keeps appearing in the background of many of the shots, accompanied with video distortion and strange glitches. And it seemed like something bad had happened, something involving this tall, faceless man. So Jay began, first of all, he was posting he posted his findings from the tapes on a YouTube channel titled Marble Hornets. And then he began doing his own investigations in the modern day of 2009, 2010. He began meeting up with some of the old actors who were involved in this. Had interviews with them, like the name Tim is important. He met with a man named Tim. And he also found the abandoned household of another actor named Brian. And Jay began getting involved in whatever the hell was going on. He began encountering the tall man himself. And on top of that, another man in a mask started pursuing him and chasing him and threatening him. I get this all right in my head now. I don't know what to bring up when. But concurrently, another YouTube channel by the name of To the Ark began submitting video responses, which were very cryptic, but they heavily implied that the person running that channel was also involved with the shooting in 2006. But it's all been a mystery so far. Like, that's just the premise. That's season 1. But Jay's apartment gets burned down. He goes on the run, and he receives a package with a tape in it that basically confirms to him that Alex is still alive, and Alex's girlfriend, Amy, is in trouble. And so he requests Jay's help. And season 2, more or less, showed us, like, there was a lot of stuff involved in season 2, but just to keep the story really short here, season 2 was Jay meeting up with Alex and confronting the man in the mask, who it turns out was Tim. Tim was operating under some sort of... He wasn't really acting himself, I'll put it that way. But Alex, meanwhile, acts really shady. In fact, he's outright a bad guy. Like, it seems like he's grown very accustomed to the man in the black suit, or the Slenderman. Let's just call him the Slenderman. And he's letting the Slenderman kind of influence him to behave more violently, more aggressively. Because Alex outright kills a guy and tries to kill Jay, and also breaks Tim's leg with a block of cement. He tries to kill Jay, and he also tries to kill Amy's roommate, Jessica, who got involved in this. Nearly done. God, there's so much to freaking... But Jay and Jessica got away from Alex, and Tim, the man in the mask, had a little wrestle with Alex. We didn't see what happened to them. There was a gunshot. But Jay and Jessica got away. They hid away in a hotel. But then the Slender Man showed up there and messed with their heads, made them both lose their memories. But that's not really important, because season 2 was us finding out the memories. But anyway, Jessica disappears, and the man in the mask, or Tim in the mask, shows up again. He's still alive. He's limping now, because of the cement breaking his leg. And chases Jay out, and so Jay then finds all these tapes that show us all those events that he'd forgotten, and shows us Alex being evil and killing a guy. And Jay's like, well, God, I've got to do something about this now. And so he does one last little investigation. He decides, like, I'm just going to go back to this town where all this stuff went down. I'm going to see what I can find. And pretty much immediately he sees Tim. Not in a mask, just Tim acting normal, like nothing's ever happened. And Jay decides to follow him. And that's where we left off. It might have been easier for me to just read the blurb on the back of the season 3 box. But that doesn't fully recap things. It's more just setting up for season 3. So I'll read this now for the hell of it.
Okay.
It's been a couple of years since Jay set out searching for the fate of Alex Crayley. Since then, he's found himself in the middle of something horrible that he never wanted to be a part of. Now aware of what Alex is capable of, and left alone after being betrayed, Jay is running out of leads and is feeling more desperate by the day. With his sanity slipping, Jay makes a decision to seek help from someone he never expected to see again. Bum bum bum. That's him.
Kevin Bacon.
And that's the recap.
I'm kidding. You look like Kevin Bacon at Footloose, but I know it was Tim. That was great.
Marble Hornets it's a YouTube horror series, a fairly early example of internet analog horror. Well, it's like 2010, 2011. It goes on to about 2013, 14.
That's right.
But yes, it's internet horror. We're here for the horror. And
that's right.
God, I completely forgot to mention the Man in the Hood.
Oh yeah, To the Ark, Masky, or no, Hoodie. That's it.
Basically, all we know is that To the Ark, the person running the account, is a man wearing a hood and it's like a cloth mask that looks like a frowning face. But so we call him the Man in the Hood or Hoodie, and he's a character. He's in this. So okay, there.
Not me, but I just mimed it for effect. So that's one of my favorite things to do. Is whenever you're recapping, I'll try to mime stuff. I don't do a very good job, but I try to just kind of be silly with it. Like whenever you mention Tim, I try to do sideburns. For example, this is really stupid, but it makes me laugh anyway. So I feel like it looks like other people like it too. Let's see about getting caught up in chat. Mummy's joined. Tracy Dooling, hi Mum, good to see you. Chaos says referencing on me calling you a nerd on the Animorphs thing. That's right. The video, yeah, that's right. Well, you are a nerd, but that's okay. Everybody's a nerd in their own way, It just means you're special and you're smart at something. OO says hi to our mum. That's nice. Mr. Redhead says, love the mime movements. Thank you so much. I try so hard. Chaos says they are the best for real. Oh, guys, stop. You're going to make me blush. And then OO did a £5 super chat, which says, no fancy message, just love what you guys do. Thank you so much for that. That's incredibly sweet. Very nice of you. That'll buy us a little something at one point. That's really sweet of you. Thank you so very much for that. That's pretty awesome. We're really glad that you like what we're doing. Because we're doing this because we like it as well. But it is also nice to be able to experience it with the community and just get everybody involved and just have a little laugh together, right? While also experiencing a level of horror and making it less scary and stuff, right? Because that's a big thing. Horror is scary, as it should be. But we're here to kind of make it a little less scary for you, so you can still enjoy the good parts of it without always, pissing your pants, right? Not that I do that. It's just an example, okay? I don't do that, so, Yeah,
I'm generally a lot more scared of horror than Nathan is.
I love horror. I can't help it. It's just like
I enjoy it.
It's
not
a kink, but
I'm very susceptible to it.
I get that. So I mean, horror still gets me, but it's like a little high. It gets me. I fucking love it.
Yeah, Marble Hornets was scary to me when it was first coming out, but I got into it for the narrative. I got really into it for that.
I totally get that. The narrative is really good. And it's just there's so much to it, and it's also a mystery, and it's just brilliant. It's just really brilliant, is what it is. Oh, Botrix did a job. He said thank you for the super chat. Wow, I guess that's what Botrix does. Well, maybe
you're gonna do anyway.
Maybe you'll survive a little bit longer, Botrix. I'll see what else you're supposed to do, because I really forget why you're here. But you always appear, and I don't know how to turn you off, so I'll inevitably figure that out. That's fine. Mr. Redhead says, see, Botrix does help for something. Yes, apparently he does the same thing we were going to do, like Jordan said. So I don't really know if that's helping, but, he lives another day for now. OO says, thank you, Botrix. You've proved your worth. Yes, just for now, though. Just for now. Happy Guy says, oh, Happy Guy, hi, welcome to chat. Says, two guys, but you meant you, so you meant yo guys. Hi, Happy Guy, good to see you. OO says, I remember watching Marble Hornets as it came out. It was wild, dude. This guy right down here, right beneath me, he was there too. He was there for all of it when it was coming out.
Well,
and I didn't listen to him at first.
I got into it during season 1. I think specifically entry 23 had just come out, so I was in between 23 and 24. But since then, I've been watching it
That's,
like every time an entry came out.
I mean, that's still early days. That's still,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
You were
It was
there
like
for a lot
April
of it.
2010.
Mm. Yeah, because I think I remember you saying that you used to interact with some of the communities that were based around it as well, right?
Yeah, like I followed like mainly there's the Unfiction forum where the Unfiction is a place. Well, back in the day, it was a forum for people to play ARGs or ARGs
Hmm.
and to speculate about them. And so
Oh.
there was Marble Hornets was considered an ARG, although it's less of an ARG than most of them are. But it it, it had a little sub forum in there, and I would frequent that just because that's where all the discussion was. It's where all the speculation was and all the news. And eventually I started posting there as well, but I mostly just read.
I get that. I get that. I do that too. Mostly just stalk and lurk on forums and just read stuff. And it's how you find some really interesting things, though. I feel like I should contribute, but sometimes I do, and it doesn't go very well. So I get very embarrassed, and I don't want to do it again. But I will
Yeah,
inevitably do more in communities. I think it's a nice thing to do, of course, especially get involved with stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Like I often get embarrassed. Like like couple like couple years ago, a few years ago, I tried to actually like come out of my shell and participate in Reddit of all places, or specifically the Metroid Reddit, because I love Metroid
Ah,
games and I wanted to
mm-hmm.
talk to people about it. But I made the mistake of my first post was me gushing about Metroid Other M, which is a game that I really love. I played it on like, the day it came out, and I loved it. But nobody else likes it. It's a very hated game, especially for the story. But I love the story, and I kind of just made a post, like kind of pointing out a lot of the symbolism of the story that people were often confused about. And I got like massively downvoted and mocked, and I just kind of deleted my Reddit account. I was like, I don't want to bother with this. But
I
oh,
understand.
I've recently made a new Reddit account, so I'm coming out of my shell again.
Good. It's good. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, the internet is just they love being mean to people or correcting people. That's like the two favorite things. So yeah, if you ever want any amount of karma or people to talk about what you're doing, you just have to give misinformation and you will be
Yeah,
hated, but you will be known.
yeah.
I try not to do that, but yeah, I do know what you mean. Let's see. Chaos says, insert clapping gif for recap and gestures. That was the thank you. Thank you very much. I think we did a great job too. OO says, hoodie identity reveal. It was Nate all along. You watch your mouth. No, of course it's not me.
Don't spoil it.
God, like, that's for like the end, okay? In the comic and stuff. Jesus. Mr. Redhead has, I'm assuming, a shocked emoji face is what was going on there. It's otherwise it's an O with a colon. Kind of looks a bit strange otherwise. And then OO says, it's really lame when people yuck someone's yum. You keep enjoying what you enjoy, Jordan. Aw. That's
Thank
a
you.
very sweet message. That's very nice. I like you. You can stay. To be fair, anybody can stay. As long as they're not a Nazi. I do draw lines.
I like this Owo character.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. All right. So, what we're really all here for is obviously Marble Hornets. Starting season 3.
Yeah,
I think we're going up to entry 61 today, is what we discussed.
yeah. We'll be shooting for that. I've worked out that well, like not counting the time in between entries, I'm sure we'll discuss things or whatever. But just the raw entries themselves, that is about an hour and 19 minutes.
Right.
But like, I'm not just doing it for the time. That's a really good cliffhanger point. It's a good point to end off on.
Yeah, that works for
So
me.
that's what we should shoot for. Yeah.
It's a good plan. We got a structure. We're sticking to it. All right. Chat box is going off. Let me go ahead and pull up entry 53. Let me do the full screen thing here. Everybody ready? Let's go. Entry number 53.
And I'll read the narration because I've been doing that.
Yeah, you keep doing it. It's great.
After seeing Tim in the downtown area a few months ago, I began to try and figure out why he was here and where I could find him again. This place is pretty far away from where we all lived when Alex was shooting Marble Hornets, So it's a really strange coincidence that I found both Alex and Tim here. The building that I saw Tim come out of was an antique store. But it was in the process of going out of business, so it was usually closed.
It's a gorgeous building.
I had to wait a few weeks for the store to open before I could talk to anyone that worked there.
I was just wondering if you have seen a guy come in here. He's probably about my age. He's got dark hair, sideburns. You know, have you seen anyone in here recently like that?
Yeah, I see a guy that comes in here like that. Sometimes he comes in when he's looking for says he has a doctor's appointment.
Okay. Do you know where he might be going?
Well, I don't know. There's a doctor's office down the street, so he may be
Right down the street? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
The only doctor's office down the street from there turned out to be a mental health clinic. There's no way anyone inside would tell me if Tim had been there, so all I could think to do was wait outside to see if he might show up. I've been coming back every day for the past week. Yesterday, about 11 a.m.
Hey, Tim. Hey, you're Tim, right?
Yeah.
It's Jay. Jay, do you remember me at all? You know,
No.
okay. Well, remember, I helped you, or like you helped. You and I both, like, we helped Alex Crayley with the student film Marble Hornets, like a few years ago. You remember that?
Yeah, kind of. That was kind of a long time ago, wasn't it? What are you doing around here?
Well, you know, I'm glad I ran into you because remember, I told you a while back that I wanted to finish it for him because, you know, I didn't want all his work to go to waste. If you're, you know,
Okay,
if
yeah,
you're still interested in it, we should,
Yeah,
like.
sure. Can we talk about it some other time? Because I'm really late for my doctor's
Oh,
appointment.
yeah. I'll talk to you some other time.
I didn't want to lose track of Tim again, so I just waited outside for him to come back out.
Hey, Tim.
Oh, hey, yeah, sorry. I didn't know you were going to be waiting outside. Otherwise, I would have tried to, like, pick up the pace in there a little bit.
Oh no, I mean I wasn't like wasn't sitting outside waiting on you or anything. I was in the area anyway, so I just figured I'd stop by here real quick and see if I could catch you on your way out.
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah. I didn't like ask you this before, but is everything okay with you? Like, you doing okay?
Yeah, you know, just work, school, the usual.
Like, I mean, I just saw you going into that clinic, so is everything okay with you?
Yeah,
You-
I mean, you know,
you're
I was
doing
just
okay?
having some personal issues a few months ago, but, you know, everything seems to be going pretty good now.
Okay, so you're doing fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you know, just about helping finish Alex's project. You know, if you want to,
Sorry,
if you're still interested. Oh, okay.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah, sure, I'll be right over. Okay, bye. Sorry, that was work, I gotta go, but you got my number, right?
No, actually, can you give it to me real quick?
Yeah, sure. Or I'll just give me yours and I'll put it in here.
Okay. It's 2.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess I'll just give you a call whenever I get off work or something.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk to you then.
Yeah.
He didn't seem to remember anything else about me, so I decided to keep acting like I needed his help to finish Marble Hornets. Since it's what I did when I met with him back in Entry 15, I figured I'd stick with that story. After Tim left, I stayed in the downtown area for a while longer to look around.
Nice.
Hello?
Hey Jay, it's Tim.
Hey, what's up?
Same old stuff, I guess. Listen, I just remembered this, but I remember Alex had me shoot, like, some, behind-the-scenes footage type stuff while we were making that movie, and, I think I was supposed to give them back, but I don't think I ever did. So,
Okay.
I might still have them lying around somewhere, so if you want me to try and, like, find those, I'd be more than happy to just give them to you or whatever.
Yeah. If you can find them, I'll take them. I'm sure I can use them for something.
Okay, cool. Yeah, like I said, I'm not entirely sure where they are right now, but if you'll give me a little bit to try and find them, then I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, just let me know.
All right, cool. I guess I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Bye.
See ya.
Great. More tapes.
That's what we in the business call a joke. A good joke. I thought I was finished with the Marble Hornets tapes, but I guess Tim has a few more. I don't know if they'll be of any use, but I'll take whatever might lead me to some answers. To the Ark.
Reminder.
Do you remember me?
No. Ooh. Ian Spider.
I have not forgotten.
Entry 54.
Yep. There were no codes in that last video.
No.
Otherwise, I'd give a translation of it or whatever. Tim recently called me, saying that he had found his old tapes. He told me to come meet him downtown during his break from work to get them.
Hey.
Hey Jay. Here's those tapes I was telling you about.
Okay.
So what's the deal with all this stuff?
What stuff?
You know, the whole pointing your camera at everybody's face.
Oh, I'm just trying to document this whole process of getting all of Alex's stuff back together and finishing this movie for him.
Okay. Are you making some kind of behind-the-scenes feature or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
What are on those tapes?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't able to watch them. I'm not the movie guy, so I don't have a camera that'll play those kind of tapes.
Well, what'd you shoot them on?
Oh, Alex lent me one of his cameras to, keep me out of his hair, I guess, so I
Okay.
wouldn't bother him. I gave the camera back, but not the tapes for some reason, but I guess
Okay.
they're yours now.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
Have
Well,
fun with them.
thanks again for helping me finish this.
I mean, I'll help however much I can, but I mean, if you couldn't already tell, my work schedule's kind of packed, but I mean, if you really think this movie's worth finishing, then yeah, I guess just give me a call or something.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it's worth finishing, so I'll watch these and I'll call you.
Love you, Tim.
I've already begun to watch the new tapes. So far, they consist mainly of behind-the-scenes style footage from when Marble Hornets was being shot. Back in 2006. Unsurprisingly, they're all unnumbered and without dates.
Oh.
The following footage is taken from the first one I watched.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got it. Well, that was, exciting, I guess is the word.
That was fun.
Oh yeah, pouring rain. Awesome.
Have you seen Alex?
Oh, he said he was gonna run home and change shirts because obviously he's kind of soaking right now, but he said he was gonna be back in a little bit, so.
Aren't you taking this car? Yeah, unless you want to wait for me, she's not going to go.
Alright.
I'll see you.
See ya.
Well, we certainly have a reason to be here anymore either, since I guess we're done.
Alright.
So,
Yeah, I think we're just gonna be like wrapping it up back here, so.
I will.
Alright, see ya.
We're here in scenic Tim's apartment, in his music room, complete with box of thing, keyboard,
Making musical masterpiece things with our hands.
ukulele with Tim attachment,
I just learned this song like 2 minutes ago.
another keyboard, complete with beats.
I define song pretty loosely right now because this is atrocious.
Why am I holding the camera?
Because you're the movie guy.
You be the behind the movie guy. A little bit more on topic.
Oh, there's Brian.
What's up, dude?
That's a nice towel you got there.
Oh, thanks.
That's nice.
That's a nice hair you got.
Oh, man, my hair always looks good. That's why I'm the star.
But Seth and I have been going over the footage, and I think we have enough now to where we can start putting together our trailer. And I've been thinking about music. I think I want to go more along the acoustic lines. So, do you want to help record some stuff, maybe with the ukulele, or?
I could probably do that. I mean, I got this ukulele like a week ago, so I can't exactly promise that I'd be very good at it, but I can always try.
Well, you have what I assume is some sort of guitar thing.
You can. Is it gonna be like? Is it gonna be like
There's
dark?
gonna be significantly more lighting.
Okay. Well, I also like to be able to see, so I'm gonna go try and find the breaker box. I don't even know where it is. I've never had to use it before.
Such jokesters.
Ow. Nope. Well, never mind. Never mind again. Really hope it's over here. There we go. Great. Power's just off. Good news, guys. We have flashlight.
Oh, dude.
Even better news, guess what's battery powered?
Oh, this day just got so much better. Well, hey, about that acoustic soundtrack, I guess that's the only choice we have now, so,
Jam jam session.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a good lighting on Alex here.
It looks so dramatic.
Ooh.
The first tape ends there. It's a good entry.
Here's a good
Full
entry.
of good jokes and that nice casual atmosphere.
Mm.
You caused this. You will never be forgiven. He will lead me to you. Lead me to death. Lead me to the ark. Always watching.
Ooh.
Right, that one's definitely got codes in it.
Yeah, so I think the first one is the lead me to the arc part. When the numbers flash on the screen.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the frame.
The numbers at 045, which is I think where we are, translate alphanumerically to no choice.
There we go. There's the numbers.
The
No
NOCHOICE.
choice. Interesting. And then anything
And then
about what the end bit is?
Yeah, that's a spectrograph noise. So that's for those who don't know. Like, it is possible to encode images inside of audio, but you need a specific tool in order to translate that, which is called a spectrograph. And if you run this audio through a spectrograph, you'll see an image with the text on it saying, "Today is your last birthday." And this video was uploaded on April 4th, which, as we saw in entry 37, is Alex's birthday.
Well, that sounds like a threat if I've ever heard one. Okay. Let's see. Entry 55.
Yep.
I don't feel like we've hit quite a good enough discussion point yet, so.
Okay. The following footage is taken from another one of Tim's tapes. It looks like it takes place near the end of the day's shoot.
Hey Alex, the other day when you were talking about needing abandoned locations for Brian's school, like in the movie, did you ever find anything?
Not yet. The only places around here that are abandoned looking aren't going to let us shoot, so the pickings are kind of slim.
Okay, well, the reason that I asked was because there's like this old burnout hospital looking kind of place back where I used to live. That might pass as a school. If you want to go check it out, we can, but it's kind of far away.
Well, does it look like a hospital, or do you really think that it could?
I think it could pass as a school.
Okay. Well, I haven't found anything around here. How far away is kind of far away?
Far enough that we probably need to split gas money.
Fair enough. Well, like I said, since I haven't found anything, I'm willing to give it a shot. Can you do Friday? I'm free all day.
I actually have a doctor's appointment Friday at like 2, but if you can do Saturday, that would be better. We kind of have to make a weekend out of it anyway.
I can do Saturday. Brian, since you're going to have to be there anyway, can you do Saturday too?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, let's shoot for Saturday then, and we'll give it a look.
Okay, sounds good to me.
All you need to do is go stand by the that notice sign over there, and just look into the pool instantly. And I'm just going to get a shot of you looking at that. Okay. All right, that'll be good. Yeah, where you're at is fine. Just lean back and I'll show your head towards the ceiling.
Hello? Yep, Friday at 2. I'll be there. Just headaches, paranoia, trouble sleeping. I haven't had a full night's sleep in weeks. Well, I've kind of had some history with this kind of thing before, but I'd rather not talk about that over the phone if that's okay. All right, see you then.
Try to keep your phone on top.
Sorry.
Tim mentioned he had a history with his symptoms. It sounds similar to what Alex seemed to be experiencing throughout shooting Marble Hornets. It's possible that what he's describing could be the early stages of what eventually led to this. There's only a few of Tim's tapes left. I'm going to finish going through them as soon as I can.
So,
Mhm.
I think these are really interesting because obviously this is it feels like this takes place before the things we've seen in season 1 of the Marble Hornets shoot of some of those
Yeah.
tapes, right? Especially
Yeah,
with the
it's very
fact that
early.
Tim seems more like he's a camera guy in this, as compared to when we saw him in season 1. He was more like an
Yeah.
actor in the
Yeah.
movie compared to being a camera guy.
Although, like, it's also like these tapes are literally like Tim's tapes of being the behind the scenes guy. So we're only going to see Tim being a cameraman on these because that's the reason he had the tapes in the first place.
True. Yeah,
But
sure.
yeah, like this does offer more context. It fleshes out the characters a bit more.
Yeah, and the
And-
situation, quite right.
And we have seen, like, Jay's outright said here that, like, well, he's implied here that, like Tim has a history with some stuff, and so so we already know, like, Alex has his own relationship with the Slenderman, so to speak. But here's where Marble Hornets is starting to show that, like, Tim also has his own story. He's got his own relationship with what's going on. Well, it's raising questions right now, but it'll answer them.
Yeah, I think obviously the other important thing of note is the fact that I think it was earlier in this actual entry was they were talking about the fact that Tim was the one who brought forth the abandoned hospital location where if you remember when Brian and Alex were kind of making the footage at that place for some of the shots and everything, and they get attacked by the Slenderman and everything, and ended up finding Tim in a random place in there as well.
Yeah.
Which felt really
Tim's already
random
there,
to
yeah.
me, right? Exactly. It felt really random otherwise, because it's like, the fuck was Tim? And it turns out, like you said, he was there the entire time. In fact, he's even the reason they were brought. But it was weird that Tim was in an isolated room of his own while this was kind of going on, right? I did find that to be quite interesting, because it almost then feels like Tim is the reason that they were brought there to see the Slender Man, right? Like he was doing Slendy's bidding at that time. Could be wrong, but that's the vibe I got from that.
That's possible.
Especially the fact that, Tim is showing that he has some of these symptoms already, even during these behind-the-scenes footages, which makes you feel like maybe he's the first one to have actually interacted with Slenderman.
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel that way. Like, we're getting a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't really an important thing, but I like that we're seeing Brian and we're seeing Seth. Like, we're seeing these old faces.
Yeah.
Well, look, we saw Brian fairly recently in Entry 51, but we haven't seen Seth since 22.
I mean, even Jay was in one of them, and it's like, okay, so this is all really interesting, getting to see, like I said, more behind the scenes of when they were making the student film project. And yes, Ross, to answer your question, it is the Slenderman. This is one of the earliest things of Slenderman.
This was the first ever video series that was about Slenderman.
That's right. It's a big reason. I mean, it's not the reason we're covering this. We're covering this because it's awesome. But, it's part of the reason because, people should understand analog horror history, and this is one of the best places to start. This is certainly the OG. That's right. You mean G.O. Lenderman? That's right, G.O. Lenderman. Okay. Any other questions, or we diving back in?
God, I'm trying to get my head straight in this, but we can just keep going. There's things that I guess I could clarify for the sake of a recap, but it's like, just for instance, like to the Ark has this general vendetta against Alex, and that came across in the last To the Ark entry we saw.
Oh, for sure.
But anyway, like, I think that, like, that's nothing to do but keep watching.
I mean, the best one is, like, this is going to be your last birthday. Like, wow, that says everything you need to know right there. He don't like you, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's see what's next. We have entry 56. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm down to the last couple of Tim's tapes.
Tim's tapes.
The following footage is taken from the next to last one that I have.
I almost thought you'd given up on this place since it's been so long since I told you about it.
Yeah, stuff came up.
That happens. You actually gonna be filming anything today?
No, I'm not gonna shoot anything without Brian here.
Okay, when's he supposed to get here?
Well, he'll be here tomorrow, and Seth will be here later today.
All right, so we just kind of doing preliminary location scouting.
Yeah.
Works for me.
We're gonna take a wild guess and say that this is it.
Yes, that would be a correct guess. Let's see, if I remember correctly, I think it's 3 floors, a basement, might be able to get up on the roof, so we can just kind of go in and take a look around if you want to.
Yeah, all right.
Hi, Howler. Welcome to chat.
There's a lot of graffiti on the first floor, so I'm not sure how much of that you'd be able to use. As you can see.
Is there a building over there?
Yeah, but it's just like an annex. Nothing special. This place is way better.
No, let's go. I want to see it.
Well, I'm kind of not sure if I feel like I'm up to going to another place. If you don't mind.
I do mind, because there is no way this place could pass for a school. I'll just go over there with Seth when he gets here.
Fine with me. Well, you know, compared to the rest of this place, this room doesn't really have a whole lot of graffiti in it. You could probably use it at some point. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're okay with having, like, Nancy Hart's Kevin on the wall or something. So we going upstairs or downstairs?
Let's go up.
Okay, well, the stairs that go up are all the way over there, but we can do that. Maybe this room down here will be more to your liking. So I'm not exactly sure what you're really looking for, but This dude, maybe?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, there has to be some room in this place that you like somewhere. Because this place isn't exactly tiny. I gotta take a leak, hang on.
Classy.
You know, we still haven't been down to the basement yet. There might be some place down there that we could use if you want to head down there. So do you want to...
Get a man while he's peeing. Come on. My God. Well. Well. That feel good, Alex? Yeah? Just gonna leave the camera behind? Okay. It's probably your camera, but that's fine. Entry 57!
Keep on going then, okay?
Unless you want to do a discussion. Can if you want.
How about, we can do this one, and then maybe stop after this one and talk.
Alright. 57.
Through a stroke of luck, it seems the last one of Tim's tapes picks up after Alex attacked him.
Ooh. We playing Outlast now? What is this night vision? Oh shit. Somebody's coming. Ellie, welcome back to chat. It's like a horror video game now. Mount Massive Society. I do need a coffee. It's fine. Tim, no. What's going on? Ooh.
Tim's last tape ends there.
Tim, no.
The building he went to looks like it's the same one that Alex took Brian to in Entry 51. And this would also explain why Tim was there already.
Oh.
But why did Tim go there? It sounded like he really didn't want to in the previous tape. Was he just trying to hide? Or was there some other reason? I assume Alex was there searching for Tim. It looks like he was carrying a pipe heavier than the one he used earlier that day, too. Now that I've gone through all the tapes he gave me, I'm gonna get back in touch with Tim. Hopefully he still remembers where this place is and can show it to me himself.
Fascinating.
Yeah. those entries kind of speak for themselves. Although I do want to bring up, I was struck as watching 50, what was it, 56, I think. The one before this is 57. So yeah, watching 56, the daytime one through the abandoned hospital.
Yep.
Just like, the series, like considering how it started, it looks really good by this point. Like the color grading is really good. They managed to make the camera just look. It looks really stylish. Really, I don't know. It's really good to look at. Like I don't know. They they figured out how to make it look as good as they could because they were working with, I guess, relatively cheap camcorders, but they got it down to an art form.
No, they definitely did. I think you made an interesting point. The fact that so this clearly is tied to the when obviously he brought Brian. So this is just before Brian shows up and Alex and him do some stuff together there, and then obviously they get attacked by Slenderman as well. So that's
so
really
that would
interesting.
presumably be the next day.
Mm-hmm. Which means Tim has just basically been trapped there the entire night. I mean, that's horrifying when you really think about it.
Yeah,
He can't really leave because I think he also mentioned how Tim was talking about how he didn't want to go in that building. So I'm guessing he was in the annex for this nighttime period.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was in the building he didn't want to go to, but he chose to go there for some reason. And at the start of 56, well, in 55, Tim is the one who brings up the hospital in the first place. But in 56, we find out at the start that like Alex didn't take him up on that for some amount of time, like a long enough amount of time that they'd have to. Tim commented on it this time, and I think like there's an implication here that 55 took place around the start of shooting Marble Hornets, whereas these entries took place around the end. But presumably by the time that Alex has already decided that he's done with this, that he's going to try to tie up loose ends and get rid of these actors, get rid of these people.
Yeah.
So he brings Tim there, like just saying that he's finally going to do the B-roll or whatever, or location scouting. But really, he's trying to find a good place to.
Well, get rid of him.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about kill Tim. Look, it's really. It's kind of an open question. What Alex is literally doing to these people.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose he is attacking them with the weapons, but you're right, because if he did mean to kill Tim, then when he first struck him while he was peeing, he could have just kept going, right? He could have just killed him then, but he didn't.
It's I think it'll be something like he hits them in order to like trigger the operator, the Slenderman, and so he's giving them to the Slenderman, and whatever the Slenderman chooses to do with them, that's up to it.
Yeah, I mean, we can't question
Alex
it,
is just bringing them to it.
Yeah, it's doing the bidding. No, you're quite right.
Yeah.
Oh, Ross asks, can somebody explain to me why Alex is a bad boy now?
Yeah, watch season 2.
I mean, ultimately, what we've learned throughout watching all the entries in the seasons, if you don't want to do it yourself or watch what we've done, the simplest way to put it is that it's potentially believed that Alex has been under this level of influence by the operator pretty much at some point when he was starting to shoot his student project, and it just kind of he's potentially always been bad, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, it is basically Slenderman stuff. Like in terms of like how the Slenderman fiction community would put it, Alex is a proxy of the Slenderman. He's behaving like he's doing what the Slenderman wants. We don't really know why. We can only interpret and speculate. But the literal reason is because it makes for good drama. It makes for a compelling story because it's not just ooh, this monster's killing everybody. It's ooh, this monster has made this guy start killing people. But the Slenderman seems to affect different people in different ways, or maybe maybe other people are already aware of the Slenderman, so they already know to fight off the influence, whereas Alex doesn't, and so he doesn't fight off the influence, or maybe it's just the Slenderman chose to really focus these mean, evil energies into Alex or whatever. I don't know. We can only speculate, but But the simple answer is Alex is evil because the Slender Man.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Alex is evil because Slenderman. And Alex is also potentially bringing others to Slenderman because, yet again, the thought process is that Slenderman tells him what to do in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, he doesn't have a mouth, so I don't know. Clearly has a level of control over him. Brings him victims. In some cases, they might be killed. We don't know. We do know at least one person has for sure been killed because it's been on an entry. That doesn't mean other people haven't been killed. We obviously don't know any of that. Yet again, this is speculation at this point. But we also understand others have come into contact with Slenderman because of Alex and his doing with all this. And it does affect them mostly the same, but it does seem to affect some of them in different ways.
Yeah. And so, like the entries, like 50. Oh, I'm going to sneeze.
I hate when that happens. Bless you. Oh, bless you, accidental dab.
Oh, that was on purpose. It was an accident at first, but then I was like, I may as well commit to it. But right, so the early entries of like 54, 55, and also like, well, yeah, 54. Let's stick with season 3 right here.
All right.
But that was like when Alex was first starting to make Marble Hornets, the film, and in those times, like he's presumably like only just encountering the Slender Man, if even at all. But so that's Alex being a victim. But then we've cut ahead to the end of the shooting. Over the course of the shooting, Alex has grown more and more exposed to, and paranoid of, and irritated of the Slender Man. So the influence has been infecting him throughout all that time. And so we've in these past 2 entries, we'd cut ahead to when Alex is already far gone. He's too far gone. And like this is a turning point. That's what I got to say.
Everybody caught up? Oh, hang on. Owo says, do you guys plan on commentary the other Slenderman found footage series on YouTube? Specifically, like Everyman Hybrid in that era. I am absolutely down to do those things. I mean, we're obviously going to get through Marble Hornets first, but yes, if it's what the people want, and it's also what we want to do, then I see no reason not to. 100%.
I mean, I have some exposure to non-Marble Hornets Slenderman video series. I have watched, like back in the day, I did catch up with a few of them. I don't know that I've watched any other ones to completion. I don't know if I was around or if I was still keeping up with them when they ended. I don't even know which ones have ended and if any of them were just abandoned. But I can say, out of all of them, I hated Everyman Hybrid. I gave up on that one by choice.
Oh, it was okay.
The other ones were fine, but like Everyman Hybrid wasn't for me.
Well, that I mean, now you're doing the awkward thing of having the pressure of having that one be the next one now because you won't like it, and that's like part of the reason why we have to now do that first because we have to do things that we don't like. It's usually funnier, you know, and that's fine. We could do that, and we can do our speculations and our commentary and our chats, and we'll both have a fun time regardless.
Although I may suggest we at some point also watch Marble Bumblebee, which is a parody series of Marble Hornets.
There's a parody series? Marble Bumblebee? That sounds great.
There's a To the Arc parody accompanying it, like To the Inner Tube.
Oh,
I don't know why it's called To the Inner Tube.
Why not just To the Boat? That would have been simple and classic.
Oh yeah, Arc is a boat. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just got that. But Marble Bumblebee's got really good jokes. I did like that one a lot.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's see. It looks like people are liking the sound of that, which is good. Obviously, it's going to take us at least another week or 2 to finish Marble Hornets, but that's fine. And then from there, we'll move on to whatever the next one is, which at the rate it's going, it sounds like it's going to be Everyman Hybrid, which is fine. I know they've got like the rake in that one as well, if I remember correctly. It's not just
they've got a few.
Yeah, they kind of just go a little balls to the wall with just throwing things in there, which I understand, but you know.
No, I was fine with all the other monsters. What I didn't care for was Hybrid. I thought that was or Habit. Yeah, it's called Habit. Sorry.
Yeah. I
didn't care for Habit.
I understand where you're coming from, and that's okay. Yeah, we'll still do it. because if it's what the people want,
Yeah.
we'll do it. That's fine. I'm
also,
happy
I
to be
didn't see-
visible. It's fine.
And I didn't see how it ended, so I would actually
Well.
be interested in that.
How about that? We're gonna change his lives, boys and girls, in the next few weeks. He's gonna watch all of Everyman Hybrid, and at the end of it, he's gonna go, "Man, you know what? Actually, this was still shit."
But it's equally possible that I'll say that, or that I'll be like, "This is actually pretty good." I honestly
we'll see.
cannot predict.
We're definitely gonna see, aren't we? Let's see. Kale says, I love it, but fair. It's not really Slenderman so much in your opinion. As you recall, Slenderman really isn't the point of Everyman Hybrid at all. Yeah, yet again, it's just like a big mix of things, isn't it? It's just a channel trying an analog horror style thing, using a variety of entities and creatures and shit to just jazz it up. It's quite true. It's like, I don't want to compare it to SCP, because SCP is at least quite cool. But yeah, we'll get there. Let's see. O says it's not for everyone for sure, and they dramatize a lot and go away from Slendy. But yeah, it's fine. I mean, yeah, obviously, inevitably, we have to pivot away from Slenderman at one point, but we're going through the classics, aren't we? And I think it's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, O says, Jordan, I'll send you many tips to get through the Habit show. That's great. That's gonna be great. Chaos says he's absolutely not for everyone, and to be fair, probably indicates you being way more well-adjusted than I am. Aw. Chaos, you're doing just fine. Maybe. I'm just trying to be positive reinforcement here. I don't know, but I think you're doing fine. And then Ellie says, ordering pizza to eat while you watch. Nice. Oh, and Chaos is also getting pizza. Wow, look at that. Everybody's getting fucking pizza but us. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, I've already eaten, so that's why I'm not. But like, wow, maybe that'll be the next fun thing. We'll have pizza and beer while we do this. That sounds fun. Oh, everybody's having fun now. Look at that. Everybody's so excited to talk about pizza. I understand. Pizza's great. And Mr. Redhead's trying to share Oreos. That's nice. That's really, really sweet. Anyway, shall we jump back in?
Sure. Yeah.
I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. There we go. Okie dokie. We've just finished entry 57. What is next? To the Ark.
The Ark.
Session. Kid with a camera.
One day you will understand.
I don't think I will.
Secrets everywhere. Liars everywhere. Look closely and you will see. See you soon.
What was that? Just try at the end there. It looked like there could have been words or code. I'm just see if I can get to the frame.
He's watching. Wow, that's nicely taught. Evidently you were watching.
It's what I do. Okay, is everybody ready for entry 58? Do we need to give people a minute? Because 13 minutes is a good long one in case anybody needs to like go to the bathroom or get your food or something. Now's the time. Now's the time. Because I might go get me another decaf coffee. That's not a bad chat. Red Velvet Cookie, hi, welcome to the chat.
I can say, like, we are pulling up to a succession of really good entries.
Okay.
58, 59, 60, and 61 are all very good entries.
So it sounds like this is a good moment to have a 5-minute pause. So that way people can do the stuff they need to do, and then we'll jump into the really exciting stuff. So,
Sure. Okay.
Let's do that. You're welcome to obviously hang out with the chat if you'd like to. I'm going to disappear for a couple of minutes, get a coffee, maybe go to the bathroom and stuff like that. But
I just out of politeness and courtesy, I'll stick around for the chat.
Okay. I'll switch it to 2 people in a chat. I'll be back soon. Throw your questions at him, people.
Hey there, chat. I've got you on the screen for the phone, so I'm with you. Oh, Cookie says hello. Oo says, okay, I'll grab a snack and a drink. Heart. Chaos Smith says, now I want a cookie, lol. I could stand to go and get a snack or take a 5-minute break, but the show must go on. Ellie Marie says, I have tea. Ross says, hi, Jordan. Hi, Ross. Chaos Smith says, I'm out for the next entries. Fair enough. Me too. I can't think of an elegant way to make the joke of like see Ross's name and I think of Ross Scott, who makes Freeman's Mind and Ross's Game Dungeon. It's been I've loved that YouTube channel, but that's not this Ross. This Ross in chat is somebody else. Ross asks, "Are you the chat babysitter?" Self-appointed, I guess. So yeah, that's Redhead. So how's your day been going? And I'll be honest with you, it's been there. But the days start coming and they don't stop coming. Don't know the next line of that song. Oh, it says gingerbread men have been obtained. Ross, there's a lot of cool Rosses out there. I only know like I think as far as the Rosses that I'm aware of, like Ross Scott is the cool Ross. There's the Ross that does game jumps with Aaron and Dan. I guess I don't see enough of him in the videos to be able to say for sure that he's cool. Just generally from the anecdotes that Aaron and Dan give, he just seems very funny. But anyway, Chaos. I'm bad at remembering how things are split into like episodes. But got me going. It's got to be a good part of this. So yep. I wouldn't say that I've watched these entries today. I did. I watched the DVD commentary just to kind of. It was so that I could refresh myself on like a loose sense of what happens in them without having to actually watch the videos again, and because I was gonna watch them right now anyway. But it's fresh in my mind. The next several entries are really good. Ellie Marie, Jordan is Shrek. You're not supposed to spoil it. Ross is fair. Miss Redhead says, haha. Crying laugh emoji. How are you guys doing? Can I get a pog in chat if you love Marble Hornets? I did that joke a few streams ago, but people weren't laughing at it then, and I'm gonna keep doing it until people laugh at it. Or give me a pog. Somebody get me a pog for it, but I want to see more pogs. Give me a dance frog in chat. Subtle foreshadowing that Jordan is Shrek. I wouldn't call that subtle. There we go. There's a pog. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Chaos Smith. You don't know what pog is, Ellie? It's a Twitch thing. Well, I think like there were toys called pogs in the 90s, although I'd never heard of that until Hive Swap. So I don't think pogs actually were a thing. I think Homestuck just made that up and everybody just went along with it. That's my conspiracy theory. But pog is a Twitch thing. It's a specific emoji that like a face going oh, and that's what pog means. So people generally spam the emoji if something hype is happening in a stream, but along the lines people stopped posting the emoji, they would just type pog. Yeah. Poggers, yeah. PogChamp, Ellie. The guy used to have a huge collection. Okay, fine, maybe they did exist. But maybe Mandela effect. Maybe they didn't exist. I found I was obsessed with them and mine got stolen. I'm still not over it. I watch Twitch compilations on YouTube like a sophisticated gentleman, like Jordan narrating chat. It's a good bit. In fact, I kind of dropped doing the bit. I should have been doing the bit where I'm like reading it in a very monotone voice. So let's see. Let's see if I can I'll do that for the last couple chat things. Ross says, yeah. Chaos Smith says, nah, fam, I was obsessed with them and mine got stolen. I'm still not over it, lol. Ellie Marie says, I watch Twitch compilations on YouTube like a sophisticated gentleman. Ross says, like Jordan narrating chat. Paulo says, "Yay for Nate being reunited with coffee." And it's above me. There he is. On my Steam Deck screen, he's below me, so it's a little bit confusing.
Oh, because that's a video ninja, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Whereas here it's on the stream it's the other way around. But I have complete control. I can do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to move that around, that's fine. I am
Out of
back.
curiosity, Nathan, were you hearing all that? While you were going, or did you take the headset off?
I caught Poggers and PogChamp. That's what I caught.
Okay.
It's about
Good.
all
So
I want to know.
The nasty things we were saying about you.
I mean, look, if there's any of it in text chat, I could just scroll back up and I could see it, but it doesn't look like you. Looks like everything's been all right.
No, it did go pretty all right. I think this is a big enough chat this time.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, after a point, you get overwhelmed if there's too many people in chat, and then you're like, I can't keep up. It becomes a problem. But it's nice.
And yes, Chaos Smith says you got a Steam Deck. Sweet. And yeah, it's my primary computer. I cannot point this webcam properly. It's my primary computer, and I'm using it for the sake of the stream. I'm gonna put this thing back. I don't know if that's kind of misaligned. Got a nice Elden Ring poster in the back.
Just really try to brag on the fact that I haven't beat it yet. I'm getting far, okay? I've done really well.
I haven't beat it. I've been playing it. I bought it at midnight when it came out, and I've been
so did I.
Since then. I haven't beat it.
Yeah, I know. So have I. And I mean, to be fair, I ended up having work and other stuff, so I couldn't really throw time at it until recently. It's been really good, and I'm really enjoying it. And I've killed 3 of the main big boys now. Oh god, I forget the names. Obviously, Godric, but Rolana, the moon lady of the academy, and also Radon. That was a fun fight. But, you totally don't have to fight him. Kind of bullshit, really. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then, the game is just incredible. And there's way too much to do. And I love it. But, Night Rain's coming out before I know it. And I still have to beat this and Shadow of the Earth Tree. And it just doesn't feel like it's enough time. But I'm really enjoying it. It's really fun.
I'm probably going to skip Night Rain because it's a roguelike. And I don't care about roguelikes.
Well, I've got friends to play it with. And I'm looking forward
That's
to
fair.
that. So, yeah. Oh, hi, Mr. Redhead. Good to see you. Hi, everybody. You're playing. You're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Very cool. Very cool.
Oh, is that what that was? I was going to ask what that abbreviation was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't even played the first one, but I have it. I haven't really got around to playing them. So I've heard it's good.
I haven't touched any of them.
Yeah, I've heard it's good, but can't comment. I'm afraid. Only roguelike you're into is Hades. That's a good series. Hades is good. Fuck yeah.
It's fair. I hear good things about that.
And Chaos is
I've
playing
tried to get
farming
into-
sims. Nice, hell yeah.
Tried to get into Spelunky, which is a roguelike, but
Yeah, Spelunky's kind of gentle roguelike. It's not too bad.
Spelunky's hard.
It can be hard, yeah, but it's not like too brutal.
I've never made it past the first 5 levels,
Have you really?
and there's like 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tried for a while.
Cult of the Lamb. That's a good call. I loved Cult of the Lamb. I played through that on stream. That was really fun. Great game. We had a lot of people. For some reason, were really into making others eat poop. That was just a big thing for them. I don't know what that was about. But hey, you give the people what they want, right? It's just funny that you can make them eat poop. It's so funny. Because then obviously they get sick. It's great. Oh, man. And Ellie just had a video game class. What the fuck are they teaching these days?
She was telling me about that.
That's incredible. What? We don't get that. We didn't get that shit when we were grown. What is this nonsense?
Like when we were kids, like video games were NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. It was very early.
Well, yeah, but even in like middle school, high school, and stuff, we still have like Xbox 360 and things.
Okay, that is a point.
Nobody cared about video games for making a class of it.
Like the games as art movement only really started during the Xbox 360 days, so they'll be very because Braid came out around that time. And that was when the conversation really started.
True. Artistic. What a twist.
Or but that's when video games started to get taken seriously, or there's a real push for that. there were people who took video games seriously before that, but
Yeah.
it wasn't in the cultural conversation that much.
Note about the ethics of war games. Your teacher who interviews child soldiers was traumatized by a war game she played. It was sad.
Oh yeah, Ellie, what was the game? Do you remember the name of the game?
There's a lot of war games. It certainly doesn't narrow it down.
Yeah, I brought up Phantom Pain with Ellie when she told me about that earlier, because Phantom Pain is child soldiers in it, but it's a very very anti-war game. But
Yep.
I don't know what the game is that Ellie's talking about.
Well, if it's from a teacher, then it must be an older war game for sure. But yet again, that doesn't narrow it down.
No.
Study history, but it's a class with a mixture of history, philosophy, and politics students. And you think you think it was called War of Mine? Yeah, War of Mine is War of Mine was pretty heavy. It was good representation of the horrors of war though. So definitely nailed that. Oh, it's good game. It was a good game.
I haven't heard of it, so I'll have to look that up.
No, you haven't heard of War of Mine? It's very artistic. It's like 2D kind of a graphic design, kind of artistic, cartoony. But it's about the horrors of war. It's quite something. It was good. I like that one. This War of Mine. Oh God. Ross says my history teacher and I love talking about historic games he plays. The same games that I play. That's always cool. It's always nice when you find people who play games you like. Just makes a difference. But then they'll never play with you because obviously it's a teacher, and that's just wrong. It's just wrong. But it's fun, But if you're ever lucky, you meet them online one time and you can kick their ass and you get an F in the class. So, don't do that. Don't do that. OO says, I do character design and I'm currently working with an indie dev for their pro tag. And it's really interesting to see behind the curtain in the game industry. That is quite interesting.
That's cool.
And yes, we are watching Slendy. Ellie says, we played Zork a few weeks ago in class. Oh, everyone got annoyed with Zork.
Yep, that is a classic. I haven't played it myself, but it's close to the circles that I'm interested in. I do like text adventures, and I love old games.
Text adventures.
I've been playing a lot of Atari games lately because I actually have a USB joystick, like a
cool.
pretty old kind of joystick, and it works with Atari 50, and
nice.
Atari 50 is a fantastic collection of games. I played through Adventure on a joystick, and that was amazing. I loved that.
Whatever floats your boat. All right. Should we get back to the real reason we're here?
Sure.
Slendy Horror Time is not the name of the thing we're watching, but it would be a decent name for one. Actually, it makes me think it's a Roblox clone, so actually, no, that would be a terrible name for one.
Yeah.
Is everybody ready? Good.
I think so.
Good. Because we're starting entry 58.
Yeah. After finishing Tim's tapes, I went back downtown to talk with him. I decided to continue acting like I wanted his help finishing Alex's movie.
Back of that bridge.
Medication for a couple of weeks now, and I feel like it's actually doing the trick. Normal sleep schedule, and like I should be. I mean, I feel like everything's doing okay for once.
Oh, good for you, Tim.
So I feel like unless we think the next appointment is really necessary, I feel like I could go for another month or two. Okay, well, same time, same place then, I guess. Alright, bye. Sorry about that, that's my doctor. He calls up every few days to make sure I'm doing alright.
Well, are you?
Well, I'm not dead yet, so that's something, I guess.
Okay.
Did you find anything good on those tapes, or could you even play them anymore?
Yeah. I found a few things I could work with on them. A few things I could use. Yeah.
Kind of surprised. figured it would mostly just be us goofing around most of the time.
There was a lot of that. Yeah.
Well, it kind of figures because that's what the entire shoot was like.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you something about that footage. You mentioned something to Alex about going out to see a abandoned hospital or something to go location scouting, I think, with him.
I think I remember because he said he was looking for abandoned locations to shoot the movie in, and because I'm from, like, I grew up here, and I know there was an abandoned hospital off past Rosswood Park, but we never went.
You never went there with Alex?
Mm-mm.
Why didn't you go? Did he just find something else?
Couldn't be bothered, I guess. I mean, you remember him. If it was 10 minutes away from his house, that was too far away, so I can only imagine trying to get him all the way out here.
Yeah. Well, could you maybe show it to me while I'm out here? Because, you know, I gotta, since I'm finishing it for him, I could use it.
I can, but only if you're okay with a little bit of, you know, trespassing.
Well, you know, shooting this thing, or this movie, I've had my fair share of it, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, technically it's trespassing, but they don't really enforce it during the day, so if we went while it was still light out, we shouldn't really have any problems.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to go there at night.
No. I certainly wouldn't want to go there. But, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what my work schedule is, but I think I'm off on Friday. Okay. So if you're free on Friday, I feel like we could probably do it then.
Yeah, I'm not really doing much of anything right now, so any day will work for me.
Okay, well, let me run home and check and see what my work schedule is.
Okay.
And I can just give you a call, and we can meet up Friday morning somewhere.
Sounds good.
All right.
Love you, Jim. Bye.
Bong bong.
We'll get a soundboard.
Hope you came ready to walk today.
What?
Said, hope you came ready to walk today.
How far is it in relation to here?
Past those trees, past the railroad tracks, past the field, you know. A little bit of a walk.
Is this as close as we could have parked?
Well, we could have driven right up to the front door if you want to, but, you know, some guy in a pickup truck would have pointed a shotgun at you and told you to turn around, so I figured we could just kind of skip that step.
Okay. You sound like you come out here a lot.
I've only been out here a couple of times, but this place kind of has a reputation around here. No? What do you think? Not bad, huh?
There's too much graffiti on it, I think.
Yeah, the first floor's got a lot, but the upper floors aren't nearly as bad.
On those tapes you gave me, you mentioned another building around here. Where's that?
Really?
Yeah.
Why would I have brought that up?
I don't know, but is there?
Well, yeah, there is, but this one's way better. I mean, you got 3 floors, roof access, basement. I mean, there's really no reason to go over the other one. This should have everything you need.
Let's just go over there and look at it, because I don't think this one's gonna work.
How do you know? You haven't even been inside it yet.
I can just tell that it's not gonna work for the scene that needs to be shot in it. Let's go over the other one. We'll come back around and look at it if the other one's not as good.
Okay, fine.
I'm the creative here.
I'm telling you, it's really nothing special. See what I mean? I mean, you barely even know this place is here.
It's the inside that matters anyway.
Well, all that's really inside is hallways and broken glass, but if that's what you want, be my guest.
Kinda, yeah. Pretty cool.
Let's go this way.
What's left of of a courtyard over here if you want to use that. You coming?
Yeah. Looks like there's a fire here or something.
Yeah, I think that's why they closed it down in the first place. So you can see up here, the paint's a whole lot darker up near the top.
Wait, hold on.
That's the corner.
You okay?
Yeah, fine, just...
Ooh. What was that?
And this is a really old building. I'm sure there's junk that falls down around here all the time.
Alright, let's keep going.
Alright.
Hold on.
Jay, come on. If we're gonna go check out every little noise, we're gonna be here all day. Well, hallways upon hallways upon hallways. Is this everything you hoped it could be?
Yeah, it's okay. It's usable, I think.
So what do you need this place so bad for anyway? I mean, is there some kind of abandoned hospital scene or something?
There's an abandoned school scene, yeah. I think this could pass as a school.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you here. I really don't understand why you're going through all this trouble just to finish up this movie, because as far as I remember, even by student film standards, it wasn't particularly good.
I told you, I just want to finish what Alex started. I hate to see all of his work go to waste.
Well, obviously he didn't care that much, otherwise he would have finished it.
Maybe something came up with him.
What, like him turning into a completely unbearable person to work with?
I don't know, I didn't really know him that well. Hey, hey, hey!
What are you doing?
You probably went out the windows. Come on, this way. Hey, stop! Hey!
What the hell was that all about?
Did y'all see that person at the end of the hallway?
Yeah, but people wander around out here all the time, you know, kind of like we're doing right now.
What is this? Some kind of maintenance tunnel. I think he jumped down there.
Well, I'm not going down there, so I say we get out of here. No, Jay! Look, you know that guy that was wandering around might have been a security guard, so he might have called the cops on us. So if you don't mind, I'd rather get out of here before something happens.
I don't have a flashlight.
Well, I don't either, because we did kind of come out here in the morning, and I didn't really expect to have to need one. Can we be done now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which way's the front?
That way.
You still want to check out in here?
No. Obviously, you don't want to be here anyway.
And we can still look in there if you want to. Seem to like it better.
I just want to get out of here.
All right.
You can come back another day, but I don't know that I'll be joining you. Look, I don't know what you're up to, but I think I've had enough.
What do you mean what I'm up to? Just trying to finish Alex's movie for him.
Okay, well, I think I've helped out all that I can then, especially if it involves going out there. I've had enough of that place for a lifetime.
What?
I've had enough of that place for a lifetime.
You said you've only been out there a few times.
Yeah, well, that was enough.
Well, at least I know where it is now. I can come out here and shoot some other time.
Good luck with that.
Tim didn't say anything else. We got back to our cars and left. He seemed really unnerved the entire time we were in the other building, even though he didn't remember being out there with Alex. The hooded person I saw looked exactly like the one that appeared in previous entries.
Hoodie.
It seems like he was leading me to that maintenance tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
For what? I'm not sure. There could be anything down there. Asking Tim to go back with me probably isn't a good idea. So if I go back to look inside, it'll have to be by myself.
All by myself. Entry 59. Just a little guy.
Tim called me a little while ago and told me to meet him out here to talk about something. He didn't say what it was, but I assume it has something to do with what all happened at the abandoned hospital a few days ago, which didn't really go as well as I hoped it would, even though I don't know how I expected it to go. I don't know what all Tim remembers and what he doesn't remember and what he's lying about remembering and not remembering, but regardless, I don't think he's going to be buying my cover story for much longer, and even if he did, it's not really doing much good by this point. So as nervous as it makes me to do this, I think when he gets here, I'm going to come clean with him and tell him the truth about what all's been going on these past few years. It may make him mad. It may get him on my side. I don't know what's going to happen. But maybe it'll lead to some answers if I'm lucky. Alright, that's him. Tim, listen,
Student film, you lying piece of...
Oh.
So after our little field trip, I couldn't help but shake this feeling that there was something funny about you. So I do a search for Marble Hornets, and you want to know what I find?
I was gonna tell you tonight, Tim. I
tonight?
swear.
Tonight? Not last week whenever you dragged me out to that hospital to chase after whoever that guy was? Huh? Not 3 months ago whenever you followed me outside my own doctor's office?
I had to be sure I could trust you. If you've seen the entries, can you blame me?
There's a lot of things I could blame you for right now, Jay.
What was I supposed to do? Just walk up to you and ask you about it?
So much for the last few years makes so much sense now. I was doing fine. I was getting better, and then... Imagine waking up one morning in the backseat of your car, miles away from home, with blood in your hair, and you have no idea how that happened. Imagine waking up one morning with your leg broken and no memory whatsoever of that happening. Think about that. Imagine not being able to keep a job because you call into work one morning and they say, "Oh, we're sorry. We had to fire you because we haven't heard from you for the last 3 weeks."
Tim,
But then suddenly it stops. And I start getting better. And I can hold steady work, and I can function like a normal human being for once in my life. And then suddenly you show up, putting a camera in my face, bringing back old memories like it couldn't possibly have any effect on anybody else. And you're not even trying to fix any of this. All you do is point your camera at every little thing that happens. How does that help anybody?
in case something
off,
happens, I want people to know.
Like who? Who the hell is gonna care? What are you trying to gain from all this? I've seen it myself. Alex points a gun at you and your first instinct is to film it, you psychopath.
I'm a psychopath. You really want to call me a psychopath after all this videos?
Shut up! I'm not a psychopath. It's all Alex's fault. Him and whatever that is that follows him around.
Get him,
Somehow
Tim.
they're responsible for me being this way, and you knew about it. You knew about it for 3 years, and you never said a thing.
How was I supposed to know you wouldn't try to kill me at any minute? I just came to you now because I need your help.
Oh, my help? My help with what?
There's this girl, Jessica, and she's disappeared, and I know Alex has something to do with it.
Oh, you do? How do you know that? Who exactly is Jessica, huh? Somebody you met in a hotel once? Somebody you've spoken to for a grand total of twice? How do you have any proof that Alex had anything to do with her disappearing? Because as far as I can tell, she was doing just fine until she met you.
Damn.
Maybe Alex isn't even the problem. Maybe you're the problem.
Oh.
I don't just need your help with her. I need your help with all of
What
this.
makes you think I want to help you?
What is it you want?
Okay, obviously you're not very good at this, so you can keep looking for whoever this Jessica is, but here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get in our own separate cars, go our own separate ways, go to our own separate homes. I'm gonna try and forget like I ever met you in the first place.
Tim, wait, just listen to me.
No, you listen to me. You can keep making your little detective videos all you want, but do me a favor and stay out of my life.
Damn, Tim. That was hot.
Love that entry. Truth with light.
Oop,
Bunch
and
of
then-
numbers, which I will look up right now.
That's all right. I'll see if I can get that first. It's a weird blip. Oh, it says,
Oh,
look
code
to the
reference.
origins.
Go reference.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's see.
Good way to think of it.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of words, but I'll just skip to the translation. His lies in the dark, and also he did beg, which I don't know if that one's actually real.
Hmm.
But like his lies in the dark, probably.
Makes more sense with the truth with light message, yeah.
Yeah.
Entry 60.
And OO says that was good acting too. Well done, Tim's actor. Tim's actor is named Tim.
Tim, famously played by Tim.
Yeah. I decided to return to the abandoned hospital and look around some more.
What could go wrong?
I would have preferred not to go alone, but after what happened with Tim, I didn't have much of a choice.
You're welcome, Chaos.
While looking, I think I found the room where the fire Tim mentioned started.
Horse Edits, welcome to chat. Slenderman Analog Horror is what this is. Thank you, Horse Edits. Appreciate that.
Before going to the tunnel, I went to check the room I saw the hooded person come out of.
Smart. He's not dead, Ross. Ooh. He's got a flashlight. Oh my god. Creepy. Ooh. Dolly. Timothy.
The doctor's signature, it's hard to see, but it says Nicolas Cage.
That's great. I wonder if it's Alex. He's coming. Run, Jay. Run.
Don't know how I made it out of that tunnel alive. Everything after finding the medical documents is a complete blur to me. Someone else was in the building while I was down there. I kept hearing footsteps above me. Fortunately, I managed to get out with the medical documents and the doll that were down there.
Sweet. He's got the doll.
I'm going to take some time to look through everything and try to figure out what to do next.
Hot damn.
I never want to go back to that place ever again. $60.5.
60.5.
I've carefully read through all the medical documents that were in the tunnel.
That was fast.
I'm making this video as a record of the information I found of them.
First of all, some of the information on these forms has been redacted. I don't think that the hospital where these came from was responsible for this. I think whoever left these forming in the tunnel is the one responsible. Because the marker that redacted it looks to be the same thickness as the one that wrote on the folder itself. First form is a pediatric admission profile from 1995. Source of information is listed as Tim's mother. Reason for admission, chief complaint is insomnia, headache, possible disorder. I have no idea what that means. It's really vague. He's listed here on an anticonvulsant as a seizure precaution. Right under it, it says he has a history of falls, which I'm assuming has something to do with seizures. Under pain history assessment, on a scale of 1 to 10, it says his pain is at a 6 from frequent headaches. There's also an emotional varied learning. I'm not sure what that could be. Filled out on the same day. It's a pediatric admission assessment. First two chief complaints are the same, headaches, insomnia. And a third one, was it more specific than possible disorder? I don't know. I guess I'll never know. It's been redacted. Down here it says, do you feel safe in your home and are you afraid of anyone? Apparently answered yes at first, but then changed it to no.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, under comfort, rest, and sleep, it says he's unable to fall asleep easily, averaging about 4 hours a night. Pain is still listed as a 6 out of 10, it says. Location is the head, duration 2 to 4 hours. Chronic, greater than 6 months. Aggravated by talking, I don't know what that could possibly signify. On the next to last page, near the bottom, it makes note that he ran away from home to somethings ago. Could have been days, weeks, months, hours, minutes. I don't know. But it does say that he was found at Rosswood Park. Last page is a fall risk assessment with checks next to confused, disoriented, hallucinating, and combative, and also medical history of syncope, seizures, and postural hypotension. Seizures underlined. Next is a delayed therapy communication form from 2002 for a monthly session. Only reason given here is patient or family uncooperative. Everything else that could possibly be of use to me has been redacted. Next is a brief operative progress note. Everything on it is entirely redacted except for the month and day, January 10th, and this symbol, which obviously I've seen many, many times before. Everything else gone, redacted. I'm trying to figure out why this one was in here. Was the person just trying to intimidate me with a symbol, or trying to tell me something? Did it have some kind of surgery? And if so, what was it for? I don't know. The last form is a suicide or self-harm assessment tool. Tim scored a 14, which was considered a high risk. It says here, unwilling to contract or unable to contract because of impaired reality testing with hallucinations underlined. Symptoms, hopelessness, anger or rage, and anhedonia, which I looked up and is apparently the inability to experience happiness or pleasure from things.
Damn, that sucks.
Also, replies were questionable, so who knows if he was lying about anything on here. And then under all those forms was this picture. It's kind of blurry, but it's of Tim and I the night that Tim found out what all I've been doing without telling him. And this written on the back. I don't remember seeing anyone else out there that night, but of course I wasn't really super aware of my surroundings after being punched in the face. There's nothing else written on the folder itself besides this on the front and this on the back.
It's aghast.
Nothing on the inside here. Nothing really special worth noting about the doll that was down there either. These forms and this picture. And that's all I get.
After reading through everything, it looks like Tim was dealing with this stuff for most of his life. He might have made it worse,
How could you?
and also posted his private medical history on YouTube for all to see. I'm still not sure what to do from here. I don't like being on my own again like this, but there's nothing I can do about it now.
Observation.
Yep, to the Ark.
We're watching until entry number 61. That's where we're going to end today.
Which is the next one.
Final one for
Do you
today.
Do you want to stop and chat before this, or just want to get through this and then we can chat?
I don't mind. What do you? I suppose that there are certainly things we could probably try to help clear up and analyze from what we've seen so far. We could definitely do that.
You know, like I also don't mind. I'm just wondering what you were doing.
Yeah, I do feel like a lot of this is fairly self-explanatory because it's obviously we have a lot of the basis from the first two seasons, so now it's just kind of like we're watching the story continue from this point.
Although, here's an open question. Even to this day, I'm not entirely sure the answer to it. But like to the Ark, the man in the hood, he wrote on the wall like, "He is a liar. Follow me." And like obviously, like he was trying to lead them to the maintenance tunnel. He wanted somebody to read that text. But was he addressing Jay or was he addressing Tim? Was he saying to Tim, "Hey, Jay's lying to you right now. He's not actually here to reshoot Marble Hornets. That you should follow me." Or is he telling Jay like, "Hey, Tim's holding some stuff back from you. Follow me"? Because Jay certainly took it like it was talking to him.
Talking about Tim, yeah.
But it's entirely it's entirely possible. To the Ark was trying to talk to Tim.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely works both ways when you really think of it like that. You're quite right, especially because we don't know if they're still in cahoots, but we know that Maskey and Hoodie were affiliated at one point. So yeah,
Hoodie may have been trying to rekindle that with Tim.
Yeah, maybe we try to get him back into being the Mask Boy. Yeah,
yeah.
Because I feel like at this moment in time, Tim is not. Tim is doing everything in his power to avoid all that kind of shit, and obviously do the betterment for his health, which is great. Yeah, the only reason I think it's only specifically for Jay is just because yet again, even then the folder that he found has the word liar on it as well, and it just kind of keeps reinforcing that same thing, where clearly he's emphasizing that Tim is the one who was lying. But then, like Jay's also mentioned, how much of it is lying and how much of it is memory loss, right?
A good question.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a mixture. It can't be fully one or the other. I would say.
Catching up on chat real quick.
Yeah. Why would it be attacked then in the tunnel? Well, he was attacked by Slenderman, and Slenderman obviously does his own fucking thing. So, Slendy's not working with To the Ark, Hoodie. Which, obviously, Hoodie's the reason they went to the maintenance tunnel. Hoodie's the reason he got the folder. Slenderman obviously just doing his thing. I'm surprised he fit down there, to be honest. It's a tiny-ass tunnel. That man must be able to shrink his body or something. What is this? Get Tim back in part by turning Jay on Tim.
I almost wonder if it's the implication that like Jay is able to escape from the Slenderman in that tunnel. He was right next to the Slenderman, but he was able to escape. But it's almost like it's being implied that like the Slenderman was having trouble with the shortness of the tunnel. Like the Slenderman had to crouch as well and go slowly, which is a funny image.
Yeah, his face.
It's the only thing that really makes sense. Like the Slender Man just struggling to fit in this thing.
Mm. Yeah, because you're right. Because you think just by being that close to him, I mean, he's got you at that point, right? But clearly,
Yeah,
maybe the tunnel was a exception to that rule. Hmm.
maybe.
Plot armor, Jordan, and long legs. Yes, I mean he does have long legs. That is true. So does the doll. The doll is a weird one, right? Because yet again, it's obviously a reference to the operator, the Slender Man,
Yeah,
but it's just kind of random, right?
yeah. It's just there for aesthetics, really.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, maybe there's something about it? Question mark. But
Maybe.
as we've been watching so far, I think it's just a reference to the fact of the doll. But then is it saying that the doll and Tim are in cahoots? Was that what he was alluding to? I don't know. I
But
don't.
maybe Tim used to own the doll in like childhood or something, and because
Maybe.
we last saw the doll in Brian's house on the same time that we first saw Tim in the mask. So Tim may have brought the doll with him. Like it may have been Tim's doll.
Hmm. Hmm. Now the only other thought I have about this is so Tim obviously has you see he's got a medical history. He's had problems ever since he was a kid. Were those problems brought on by Slenderman even when he was a kid, or was it just that he just has a medical history, right?
I mean, that's kind of open. Although I think I think that the likeliest thing is that like Slender Man was involved even as a kid.
Yeah, it's possible, and maybe he just didn't have like complete control over Tim. Maybe that's why things didn't fully work out. But maybe he always wanted to have more control over Tim, because maybe he realized Tim is more ruthless. Tim would do proper things if he were controlled. I mean, as we've seen with Masky, like he's even willing to kill people without being crazy under the influence. So, I feel like as a soldier or a proxy, right? He would make a good proxy, but clearly Slenderman isn't able to have like 100% hold over him, even though I think he's been trying to.
And maybe it's because like maybe the Slender Man can't do it with a kid. Maybe it's got to be a developed brain, or maybe like Tim was always around adults, like around other people, like around doctors and
Never
around.
alone, yeah.
Yeah, like there was no way to really
Get him.
take him take him somewhere isolated and then do something to him.
That makes sense. Chaos says, doll got me going. Slenderman, why you naked? Honestly. Very true. But, I mean, doll clothes. I mean, it's not like you're going to get a perfectly good suit for him. And the doll also has eyes, right? Like,
yeah.
Come on, bro. Said you don't have eyes. He just, I don't know how he works, but you don't have eyes. What is that? Negative feedback cycles, even, maybe. Maybe. it said Tim struggled to get joy from things that he had trouble relating. Maybe that's something Slenderman wanted, less input to distract from his influence. It makes sense, but yet again, then the argument is that it's quite clear Slenderman never, if he was trying to get a hold of Tim, he never fully got him like he got Alex, right?
I guess, although, but there's always a chance that Tim did something as a kid. Like he may have done something violent. That's why he had to be taken to the hospital in the first place to be evaluated.
Well, that's a fair point. We don't know exactly why all this happened. You good? It's a fair point. Chaos says Tim had some problems, drew Slenderman in, exacerbated and or added issues. Things got worse. Slenderman attachment stronger, etc. It's all very possible. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yet again, all we can do is speculate because we don't have any further confirmation yet.
Yeah, but that is good speculation. Proud of the chat on this one.
Or as Ross says, maybe Alex was just in a bad mood. That's just how he seems to be all the time. But yeah, could be. He's a great guy.
Maybe it hits directors different.
Iwo says, I really like theorizing. It's fun. Damn right it is. And that's why we do it. It's a good way to interact. It's a good way for us to all think about new potentials and possibilities. And for all of us to also fangirl over the fact that Tim is just a great guy.
Yeah. He is good.
He's my favorite. That's for sure. Stood up to Jay like that. God damn. What a dude. Whereas
Like, I'm very
Alex's interaction is kind of awkward sometimes, but Tim nailed it.
I'm very partial to Jay. Like I've grown to really like Jay, but Tim is like Tim's like the real protagonist here, and Alex is just a really fantastic villain.
It's very true. And Jay's just the investigator. Yeah, getting all the footage. Ellie has pizza. Congratulations, Ellie.
Good.
Oh says we love Tim in this household. Damn right we do. Chaos says this is a super fun group to do it with. It's hard for me to put myself out there, but I can do it with y'all. Of course you can. That's what we're here to do. You know it.
Well, thank you for saying so, Chaos.
Damn right. Ross says, I really like reading theories. Makes my pee-pee poo-poo brain go like work. Really ousting your age out here. But yes. Chaos says, I have a soft spot in my heart for Tim. Me too. What a guy. Owo says, I like hearing what you have to say, Chaos. You're able to word things I can't succinctly. Look at that. We're all even praising each other. It's good. That's what I like to see. And Ross says he's just the camera guy, like Tim said. Well, I mean, it's true. It's 100% what Jay is. He's just catching everything on camera. That's what he's doing. Because he doesn't know what else to do, right?
Like, Jay is the obsessed narrator, and I really appreciate that in a character. He just Jay is the reason that we're watching this in the first place. So I do
That's true.
I'm grateful to him as a character for that.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, he definitely doesn't behave like a normal person, but he's also like, I don't think he's making things much worse than they already were. I don't think that, like, I don't know. I think Alex really was like causing like all of this, and like, somebody was gonna have to get involved and narrate this, and Jay's the one who had to.
Yeah, you're right. Somebody's got to stop Alex. But then wouldn't Slendy just pick a new target if Alex is gone? How do you get rid of the Slender Man? That's the true question.
That is the true question.
But maybe we'll find out. Probably not in this entry, but
Yeah,
in future entries, obviously. But it's time. It's time for entry number 61.
61.
Let's go.
About 2 hours ago, the following video was uploaded to my account.
Tell me you can get that close and Tim has no idea. You just gonna open up the window for real? For real? Tim? You have your window unlocked? Bro.
Yes, I do too, but I live on the second floor.
Exactly. There's a little bit of logic with that one. Like latch it or something. Like, come on. Is this where Masky like lies in bed and just waits for him like a jilted lover? Oh, hey Tim, didn't see you there.
don't want Hoodie to just say like, "Nice place you got here." That's Hoodie's only line of dialogue in the entire series.
That would be pretty funny. Trying to look for his pills. Is he gonna change his pills? Maybe get rid of them. Stealing his pills. What a bastard.
What you have caused.
Technically, 2DR did it. Whatever.
Limp again.
Oh god, yeah, you're right. Wonder if he's under the influence. Is he gonna put the mask on? If he's limping like him.
He did get his leg broken while he was wearing the mask, so it may be like part of the personality now.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. That is what you said, Ross. Good job, buddy. Very proud of you. Very proud.
Where could he have gone? This is your only chance. There was a storm earlier, so it's likely that this video was shot just a short while ago. I think I know where I can find Tim. I'm going there now.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
Yeah. So like I said, that's a pretty good cliffhanger spot.
I agree. I agree. It's so then does this essentially confirm that the pills protect him from going out of this influence? Is the ability of being under this influence a proxy state? Is that something that has been, weirdly now tied to his condition as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
But there definitely is a mental health theme in this show.
For sure.
And like that's definitely part of it. Like maybe it's like maybe the influence, the Slenderman's influence is there regardless, but the pills fight off the like this is really inaccurate and kind of outdated terminology, but it's like a split personality. And but like Tim maybe had the split personality already, and the pills kind of stop the split personality from happening. But the Slenderman's influence, it hits him differently depending on the personality. And under the other personality, he wears the mask. But and maybe like under his normal personality, the influence is a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah.
So like without the pills, it's a lot harder to fight the influence, I'd imagine.
For sure. That's what I would think too. It does make you wonder if other characters who have obviously had similar problems, I mean, maybe not exactly the same kind of problems that Tim's had, but, coughing fits and stuff like that, if they've gone to seek doctors and get pills, but yet again, how do you know those pills are going to have the same kind of an effect, right?
Yeah.
So it could very well be tied into some kind of a mental state as well, which is probably why the specific pills that Tim has, because, he's obviously got the more serious medical condition going on as well, is probably why he has the pills that actually do help him. Whereas I suppose other characters, if they tried to do something similar, it might not have the same effect because they probably wouldn't have what is actually working in these pills.
Yeah. Like Tim's got the medical background where he's gonna, like he's already he's talking to a doctor regularly, so that's just a thing that he's accustomed to doing. So he is pretty well equipped to end up with these pills, whereas other characters, well, they wouldn't even know where to start.
Exactly, you just think you've got a coughing fit, and that you also lose track of time with memory loss and stuff like that. How do you treat that kind of stuff? Obviously, I don't know, but you talk to a professional, of course. Then another thought I've got. So the idea of being a proxy, it is almost kind of like you're saying. It is almost like an alternate personality that is laying dormant inside of a person until obviously Slenderman triggers it and causes them to go into that state. It is almost like you said, it's like an entirely different person when they're acting as his proxy, which is really interesting when you think of it like that.
Like it might just be a Tim thing. I don't. Cause the thing is, like when Tim's wearing the mask, I don't think he's necessarily doing the Slenderman's bidding. Because when Alex pointed the gun at Jay, Masky was there to stop Alex.
Him. Exactly.
And that's going against what the Slenderman would want. The Slenderman would want bodies. Yeah. That's what it takes. And
absolutely.
Yeah. I can't remember what else I was going to say there, but I guess I made the point. But yeah, I think this Slenderman hits different people different ways, but with Tim, it's I don't know. I don't actually know the full rules in the mask thing.
Yeah,
but I think like when he's wearing the mask, he follows. Well, it's kind of loosely implied throughout the series, like season 1 and a bit of season 2. But when he's wearing the mask, he follows to the Ark. So I don't actually know what the Slenderman does to Tim then.
Yeah. Yet again, it is like he has an effect on him, but I don't feel like it's the same kind of an effect like he has on Alex. Because with Alex, I mean, Alex is the perfect proxy. Even when he doesn't seem like he's under the influence, for all we know, he very well could be. It's almost like Slenderman really does have complete control over him. Whereas with other people, like you said, it can affect them in a different number of ways. For the most part, they all tend to have very similar symptoms where, they have terrible coughing fits, they have memory loss issues and stuff like that, but it doesn't always seem like they properly act on his behalf. Maybe he can only hold them temporarily as temporary proxies. Whereas Alex is clearly different. He's the kind of proxy he would want, where he's like, I can literally just get this dude to do whatever I want, whenever I want. It's not even a question.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that if influence is to be believed what he's done on Tim, and obviously whoever Hoodie is to the Ark, the fact that it's caused them both to go against Slenderman.
Yeah, it was definitely more to the Ark and Masky. There's something there that I can't really put my finger on. But also, and this is jumping ahead a bit, and so I'm not actually going to be explicit about it. But later events in this series do offer more clarity on Alex's decision to kill people, and there's also more to that. to be as broad as possible here, and not just talk about Alex, but just in many ways, like I had said in a previous stream that one of the things I like about this series is that you don't actually need the Slenderman in this series. The Slenderman is just there as a more like a symbol, an aesthetic choice.
Yeah.
But the characters all have like pretty believable motivations and pretty believable like well just yeah like it's like Alex is the antagonist and it's a story about people trying to deal with that while also dealing with mental health issues.
Very true. Very true. Oh man. Well, made it a fair bit into season 3 so far, guys. We've been doing
Yes,
quite
we
good.
did.
This is quite a cliffhanger to definitely end on. I've got a question for you, Jordan. And we're gonna keep it as simple yes and no. You don't have to go into further detail.
Yep.
Do we find out what happened to Amy?
Like no, but we can draw inferences.
Okay. Interesting. Because yeah, that's an annoying part of the plot here. The fact that it feels like since, season 2 and it looked like Jay and Alex are kind of working together of finding Amy and getting her back, I guess, from the clutches of Slenderman or something. I don't know. That's what it's led to believe. And yet it just kind of inevitably stops doing that, even though Jay's mentioned he's going to try to find Jessica and inevitably Amy as well. But some of those motivations just kind of stop appearing.
Well, like like the implication, and even season 2 kind of lays this out, but the implication is that Alex was never interested in finding Amy. That like Amy's probably she probably died in entry 26, and Alex simply used the tape. He framed it in a way to lure Jay in. He wanted to tie up loose ends. He wanted to take care of Jay, and so he was stringing Jay along with the investigation into Amy. That's why he wasn't he was doing just enough investigation to make it look like he was looking for Amy. Like he goes to his old house and he calls the roommate, he calls Jessica, but then he immediately calls her back and says like, "Oh, I found Amy. Don't worry about it." So, like he was only doing that for the camera. He was doing that for Jay.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. He needed Jay to have a driving force to potentially help him. Almost
Yeah,
like
so there is a
motive.
consistency that works on Jay for the same reason that he's committed to finding Jessica now. It's both like someone is in danger, but also a woman is in danger. Like that's not really addressed much in the series, but that is a literal description of what's going on there.
I mean, they were essentially roommates in a hotel. They clearly meant a lot to each other with their very minuscule interactions, and Jay being awkward as fuck.
Well, Jay also he also had reason to feel responsible for her getting involved with that, especially after watching the tapes and realizing that like he's the one who called Jessica up again and told her like, "Oh, we don't know where Amy is." So that got her involved. That unraveled Alex's little lie, but got her involved.
That's right.
He will probably feel responsible for that. He feels guilty about that.
I think it's the right way to go about it, of course, because you're right. He did bring Jessica into this, even though Amy and Jessica were also roommates. I don't know. It is Jay's fault, but I don't feel like it's 100% his fault.
Yeah. Like, I don't blame Jay for it, but he feels responsible for it. I think it's the logic is sound.
Let's see what chat's saying. Let's see. Chaos says, I have a thought about the saving thing / Slenderman would want that, but can't say yet. Interesting. Ross says, I think Alex has the same pea head as me. Weird, but okay. Yeah, it's very real. Happy you could join along. Good. I mean, we'll wrap up in a couple minutes. It's fun. Owo says, it was really enjoyable. Thank you for streaming. It was great to chat with everyone and get to know you guys and Marble Hornets again. Damn right. You're welcome again next week. Of course. Same time, same channel, same place. It might be a different webpage, but it's the same channel. Chaos says, kind of Twin Peaks, in my opinion. Yeah, I could see levels of the parallels, but I think Jordan mentioned it before that there's like they aspire to like David Lynch, didn't they? So it's kind of like
Yeah, but there is a conscious influence of David Lynch.
yeah. So that would explain why there's maybe hints of Twin Peaks and other bits of his work in there. I mean, it's a bit inspirational kind of stuff, isn't it? It's great.
Yeah, I think like for one thing, it definitely influenced the slow pace of the show. As it goes on, it does become quite slow paced, just slow walks through the woods.
Yeah.
And if you guys have seen Twin Peaks: The Return, that is a very slow series with a lot of shots of the woods. But I drink it all in. Although that came out after Marble Hornets, but
yeah.
But David Lynch he did just kind of do that kind of thing.
Yeah, he was a master of it, absolute master.
So it's all about pacing and also the audio design, because Lynch will also have been an influence in there because Lynch did all of his own sound design. He did the sound design for all of his movies. Well, most of them. I don't actually know off the top of my head if it was all of them, but so he had a very fine control over this very low ambience, this very uncomfortable ambience throughout his movies. And Marble Hornets does that with the distortion.
Oh, that's a good comparison. Yeah, I definitely feel like David had tons of creative control over his stuff because you could tell when it's a David Lynch product. You know what I mean? Like it just hits you immediately. Like this is definitely all his handiwork. Let's see. Then everybody joking. Chaos said, "Oh God, they were roommates." Ellie says, "I appreciate the ongoing. Oh God, they were roommates bit." I agree. It's always very funny. Chaos said, "Finally got to see The Return semi-recently." Nice. I haven't.
Nathan, you still haven't seen it.
No, but I will get there. You know, but I'm currently having to catch up on Handmaid's Tale because that's the final season's coming out soon, and it's a really good show. But I'm still like 2 seasons behind, so that's my current goal is to get through that, and then maybe I'll jump into Twin Peaks. It's a good show. Good show. Handmaid's Tale really fucked up, but it's great.
Well, like you and I will be in the vicinity for the foreseeable future, and I just want to point out I've got a digital copy of the entire Twin Peaks, but I've also got it all on Blu-ray. So
perfect.
You can always there are ways for you to watch it.
Oh yeah, there's no problem about that. Let's see. Ross said, "I remember when we had the Christmas special and watched that film about eggnog." Oh God, yeah. The weird eggnog war thing. That was quite funny. That was that was really funny. God, that was wow. Great remembering, Ross. Ellie said, "I read the Handmaid's Tale book." Oh, you read the book? I'm watching the show because I don't have the time to read the book, but it's fucked up. It's really, really hardcore, and shouldn't be a book that people super obey. But hey, I'm not going to comment any further on that. But certain countries are starting to show that, aren't they? Oh says, "I haven't seen The Return either. I need to catch up with The Handmaid's Tale too. I'm almost done with season 3. You think? Yeah. I'm just entering season 3, but I'll probably blitz through it. I'm really into it at the minute. So, is the book good? You might try it. Yeah, I've heard good things about it, but yeah, yet again, I haven't read it. You'd have to ask Ellie. She'd probably know. All right. Any other questions for us, chat, before we finish wrapping up?
I'll throw out there though. I have been meaning to watch The Handmaid's Tale, but only because it stars Elizabeth Moss, and she was one of the lead characters in Mad Men, and I loved Mad Men, and I loved her in Mad Men.
No, she does.
So
she does
I want
so
to.
well.
I want to see more stuff with her in it.
She is quite an actress. It is. Her performance is pretty stellar. It's quite something. Definitely worth a watch. Ellie says, "The book was good, kind of like the ambiguous ending, to be honest, but you haven't watched the series, and that goes past the book." That's true. It does go past the book. And yet again, the final season is coming out April 8th, I think, is when it starts. Season 6. So I know my partner Jenny, she's really into it, so it's a big reason why I have to catch up. But to be fair, I like it too, so I will eventually get it caught up. Says, "Go lend it from my local library, give it a shot. Thank you for the recommendation." Chaos says, "Take care, everyone. Had a great time as always." That's good. Good. Looks like it's wrap up time.
Take care, Chaos.
Well, everybody, this has been super fun. We started Marble Hornets season 3. Next week we'll carry on from this point. I don't think we'll be able to finish all of it next week, would we?
No.
Jordan
No.
would know. I wouldn't, but Jordan
We're,
would know.
we're not even an hour and a half in, and season 3 is 5.5 hours.
It's going to take us a few weeks, but that's okay. Because, it just means more times to hang out, chat shit, watch weird Slenderman stuff where he doesn't really even star in it half the time. It's great. But this has been super fun, everybody. We really hope you've had a good time. Oh, well, thank you yet again for the super chat. That was really sweet of you. It will go to good use, most likely buying us a beer at one point. Maybe for next stream. That'd be really fun. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching and hanging out and discussing with us. We will we'll definitely see you all next time. Take care, everybody.
See you guys later.